My name is Matt Adams. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky.
My name is Morry. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
What a weight off. I'm the type of person I can let this really get to me, and I did. I let the butterflies turn into monsters that really gnawed on me for a minute, and that's when I was like, okay, stop. You're either gonna pass or you're gonna fail. And if you fail, you take it again tomorrow. So I went down there and I literally had the attitude of, if I fail, I fail. It's not the end of the world. And I went out and had a good time. I just drove the truck. I really took advantage of the commentary where you say what you're doing. And I can get into it, and it's not just, I don't say I shift into fifth, I shift into sixth, no, I don't do that. I say, I'm setting up for my turn. I've got my turn signal on, there's traffic coming, just hold off. And I talked myself through it, and that was it. I pulled back in the parking spot, and he said, congratulations. I said, thank you. And it was a pleasurable event. It really was. I've already called home. I talked to my mother. I called my father, and just to let people know. That's probably set off a chain of telephone calls all the way across the country, really, from Dallas to Kentucky. There's everybody knows by now.
He said I passed. I mean, I could have jumped out of the truck. And went down to the department, go through the pre-trip, went through the 4-point brake inspection, passed those, and he looked at me and he said, we're ready to hit the road. And it's like, oh man, I've got to pass this. Felt comfortable, had trained, had done everything I was told, felt confident, and it's like, this is going to happen. I went out on the road. They tell you what they want you to do, where we go, and he gives you enough notice to say right, left, at the light, whatever. Make a sharp turn here. Well, he doesn't say sharp, but at times they're pretty sharp. Had to wait for a couple of traffic lines and lanes to clear so I could turn out to bring it back. But we were trained to do that. I knew I could do it and did it, and got back. He says, you can shut it off now. And there's that little apprehension of, now what's he gonna say? You know, he's not tipping his cards. So he looks at me and he said, you passed, congratulations. And it's like, yes, this is what I came for. I went down to the motor department, got my paperwork, got my official license, which I came here for. And more importantly, I get my graduation cap. I'm for real. I owe a lot of thank yous to a lot of people here. They were great, more than I expected and anticipated, and I really mean that. They helped me get through this. Great program, it's blocked well, you listen to what they tell you to do, you pay attention. I mean, here I am, I've got another day yet of my third week. This is just Thursday, basically Thursday noon, and I'm done. I've graduated. I'm ready to get my assignment, get my truck, and I'm on the road. It does feel great. You know, I've got this document in my wallet that says, I'm for real, I got a Class A.
I got here with the mindset of, I'm here to get this license, and I studied. I had my pre-trip down by the end of the first week, and we didn't have to have it down by the end of the second week. And I was out here practicing during lunch. I had my game face on. And that really helped a lot when it came to the testing. I breezed through the first 2 parts. I hit the road and I just breezed through it. I did exactly what I was shown, and it all worked out great.
Probably the most magnifying point that I'll remember is when I first got here, I didn't have a clue about anything. You know, then I heard someone talk about double clutch. I was like, why would you double clutch? You know? So I guess I'm just taken by not knowing anything to start with, and then how you so quickly learn as you study and you start building that base of knowledge and information, and things just kind of flow, and then they make sense. And at first it's foreign, and you start talking about parts that I've never been acquainted with before, never needed to know about them. To comprehend all the parts and to know the parts, to know what they do, and to realize my vocabulary and knowledge has increased a lot. And don't get me wrong, I've got a lot to learn. My learning isn't over. My skill sets have a long way to go to build upon, but this is just the beginning of a continuing education process of, now that I hit the street and the road, there's still a lot more to learn and a lot to do. But it's really interesting how much you learn and how much you've been exposed to and how it all comes together. And honestly, I stand here today thinking, at one time I thought 3 weeks was an eternity. And it's like, oh man, but you know what? It's just a step at a time, and the next thing you realize, you're done.
I'm going with USA Trucking, and the orientation, I'm about ready to find out when my orientation is.
The carrier I'll be going with is USA, and as soon as I leave here, I'll be going back in the office and getting all the pertinent information as to what do I need to take, what do I need to have.
After that, I get a trainer, and I'm out on the road with a trainer driving. So he drives, I sleep, and reverse that. So I'm going to do that for 4 to 6 weeks until they feel that I'm comfortable enough to give me my own truck, and then I'm a trucker. I'm official.
You know, we have one purpose, and that's to move product and satisfy a customer. So, you know, we've got to deliver, we have to drive safely and get the product from point A to point B when it needs to be there. And I mean, that's the business.
Once I get my first seat, I've got my own truck, and I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
I'm ready to get my bags packed and road trip, as they say, and begin trucking.